Yeah, of course, it's so special for me. I've won everything in my career except the world one before, but today, finally, Alhamdulillah, today is the day for me to be the world champions. Yeah, that's so special for me.
And I think it goes without saying that the Indonesian squad that we have up here with us now, it is very much a team effort. So what do you want to say to all of the teammates that you have stood beside you now?
Yeah, of course, I want to say for all Indonesian fans, for PSSI, for Bang Putra, for my teammates, also for the sparring partners, Aziz, Elul, Widi, Baim, Yaman, Ferry, and also the coaches, Bang Kiwa dan Coach Andi. Thank you guys. You guys were so superb. Thank you.
Now how do we celebrate, team? What's next?
Sorry?
How are you going to celebrate this victory?
Gimana mau selebrasi?
Nothing, we just want to enjoy. And I just want to say one thing. Southeast Asia secured the world champion.
Yeah, they did. Milos, what a way to close it out.
The Asia Cup champions now, one final time, your FIFA World Champions, Team Indonesia!
What seems to end an incredible 4 days of e-footballing action. Sometimes I just love to let these pictures breathe because what a moment for that team there. Redemption as well, Wes, is what they kind of said, and you could see that through the tears on their faces when that final whistle blew.
Yeah, they knew how much it meant to their country, to their countrymen, their countrywomen, their fans back home who have been relentless in their fandom. For Faidan, it was 5 years coming, but he finally has his payback. And again, it's wonderful scenes here because they are now E-Asian Cup champions and they are now FIFA E World Cup champions.
And Indonesia and Asia just continue to impress in terms of e-footballing nations, don't they, Chris?
I mean, as far as the continent goes, e-football is dominated by this region, these countries who put so much into this game, and they reap the rewards nearly every single time. A fantastic performance from Indonesia and a thoroughly deserved winner.
Cole, we didn't particularly think it was going to go the way of Indonesia at the beginning of match number 1, did we?
Oh no, the two goals that Brazil got, sorry, the one goal that Brazil got, that in the end, Indonesia, that had that incredible turnaround. I think it was an 87th minute equaliser and then a 91st minute winner. And as soon as that went in, this contingent over here in the corner were jubilant. It just seemed like fate had chosen Indonesia. Indonesia had chosen Indonesia. They'd made their statement. There was no way they were going to lose this one. And while they were put under some pressure in the second game, it did just seem it was theirs to lose from the moment of that 91st minute winner in game 1.
I can't begin to tell you either how it felt in here.
Ah.
It was one of the best e-footballing experiences I have ever been a part of. We had so many fans and the atmosphere really was electric, Chris.
Oh yeah, insane. As far as like, I've been to many different esports events across titles, platform, whatever you want to call it. And that is up there, absolutely. The atmosphere in here was absolutely incredible. The fans for Indonesia going absolutely ballistic. Brazil had their guys as well, but for the most part, when you score the most goals in Indonesia, you're going to get the majority of the noise. And wow, were they noisy.
And that winner's check as well will mean a great deal, Cole, won't it, to those 3 individuals?
And it's well earned as well. I mean, the amount of work that goes into winning any event like this is huge. And the amount of work, not just in the game, outside the game, building up your brand, building up your partnerships, working together, learning, you know, when to step in, when to step out. All 3 have been involved as well. You know, they've put the egos to one side. There's something that's impressed me so much about eFootball. You very rarely hear that in competitive video games where anyone has the, you know, to turn their ego off and step away and say, you know what, you're playing better than me today, you have it. And I love that about this game.
Wes, let's just jump into some of these fantastic highlights then from those 2 matches. We didn't have to go for the 3rd, did we?
Yeah, we didn't have to, and the noise that was generated after every goal, and you can see the timer on your clock. As Alex said, beautiful bit of skill to turn it into the back of the net. And we thought, oh, we might have extra time. Nope, Indonesia said, no, we're going to just take that one in regulation, ball into the box, underside of the bar, into the back of the net. And this place just kept going crazy, Chris.
Absolutely incredible. And the second game as well, I felt like that momentum just followed them through. An extremely impressive performance in the second game. Indonesia dominant in the end.
Well, a lot of the teams are just entering here as well.
I know who that is.
I was about to say, it's the Rocket League team,
That's
isn't
back
it?
to my wheelhouse. That is Falcons Esports, aka Saudi Arabia, here for the Rocket League side of the FIFA E World Cup. TRK, Killers, and Ruas, who won it all in front of the home crowd. This place was absolutely swamped with fans of these 3, and it is lovely to see them, along with their coach Doom, out here to pay respects to Indonesia, respects to Malaysia as well for winning the mobile version earlier. All 3 of our winning teams here, and they just deserve every ounce of respect from all of us.
That is a special scene as we just see how Indonesia managed to win this FIFA E World Cup featuring eFootball on the console side of things, but it's great to see mobile, console and Rocket League players here because it's been a fortnight of absolutely epic esports action, and we have been absolutely treated, but not 1 but 3 events.
And for me, it kind of reminds me of that traditional old school esports. You got 4 different games going at the same time. There's thousands of people just cheering on whoever they want. And
the production value wasn't like this back in the olden days, though, wasn't it? It was a bunch of guys around a table with like a blanket behind the casters.
But it gives you that old school feel, doesn't it? All the events that were held in this arena, and the crowd have been absolutely fantastic.
Indonesia, rightly so, they're not giving up the stage just yet.
Yeah,
the Rocket League team are kind of eager.
They can wait, don't worry, they've had that moment.
Here they go now. Cole, obviously you were here for last week. Just remind the audience of exactly how they did it and what they had to do to become champions.
So Saudi Arabia came up against France, against a player called Monkey Moon, who had beaten them in recent majors. He was up for his 3rd major in a row. And finally, Saudi Arabia and Falcons, it's TRK's 4th grand final, I believe it was, and at the 4th time of asking, he got it. He's lost in Saudi Arabia before, lost at the Esports World Cup most recently to Monkey Moon back when he was representing Team BDS. And finally, they had their moment. It was giant for them, and they've accrued tens of thousands of fans. TRK tweeted out saying that he'd won it, and his tweet had 10,000 plus likes in about 15 minutes. It was incredible. All of Saudi Arabia is behind these guys, as I'm sure all of Indonesia is behind their recent winners.
And of course, Malaysia and Mbappe have just joined them as well. Of course, he is our mobile champion from earlier on this evening when he defeated Morocco over 2 matches, 5-0 aggregate in the end. I'm just going to enjoy these pictures for a moment. They are beautiful scenes there. The fans just enjoying this, and rightly so, because we have had so many fabulous esports events in Riyadh this season. But for me, this is very special to watch.
Yeah, it is. I mean, to look at the winners, that you can see all 3 of the games and platforms on the stage all together, all showing respect to one another. It's fantastic to see. As we said at length, the grandeur of this event is something that I have never witnessed in my experience of esports within eFootball. And it's just a wonderful occasion.
And I love seeing these esports come together as well. I mean, sometimes in esports broadcasts, it's sort of a hidden thing that other games exist, which frankly, I've always thought is ridiculous. Gaming is an entire community filled with people who play multiple games. How many of us say we only play one game exclusively? It just doesn't happen. So to see the mobile eFootball, the console eFootball, and the Rocket League all on the same stage, they've all been through their own stories, and here they are all brought together by FIFA E in the World Cup 2024.
Can we begin to imagine how much a world title really elevates these individual nations?
Oh. I mean, especially, I mean, we've seen it last year in previous events, like how much it means to, especially these Southeast regions, Southeast Asia regions, especially how much it means to me, the Saudi Arabians. It is unparalleled in how much